So, you've seen those dreamy, nostalgic filming colors in movies and high-end wedding films, and you've probably wondered, how do people get that look so effortlessly? That's where Dehancer comes in. But is it worth your time and money? Let's dive right in. Hey friends, what's up? Luis here. I'm a freelance videographer based in Las Vegas, and today we're checking out a plugin called Dehancer that promises to bring true film looks to your digital footage. Now real quick, this isn't a paid review, but Dehancer did give me a free license to test it out and told me to give them an honest opinion, good or bad. So I'm gonna do just that. No fluff, no sales pitch, just me, showing you how it works and what I really think. And yeah, I do have a discount for you. If you decide to grab it, use code HeyLuis at the checkout to get 10% off. It helps the channel grow and saves you money. So what exactly is Dehancer? It's a film emulation plugin that works with your tool like Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, and Final Cut. But it's more than just a LUT pack. It simulates actual film behavior. I'm talking about grain, halation, bloom, film compression, gate weave, film breath, and much more. So if you're into that vintage cinematic aesthetic, or you just want to take your color grading to the next level, Dehancer might just be for you. So let's talk about the setup. Once you install Dehancer, in this case I use Premiere Pro, you'll find it in your effects panel. Just search Dehancer, drag it into your clip, and you're ready to go. From there, open your effects control panel and you'll see a bunch of options. Film stocks, color head control, print emulation, grain, bloom, halation, the list goes on and on. I'm not gonna lie to you, it might look overwhelming at first, but let me walk you through what I actually use in my workflow. Step number 1, choose a film stock. Dehancer has a ton of film stocks, Kodak, Fuji, even motion picture film. I lean towards Kodak 2383 for its warmth and punchy contrast. But if I'm outdoors or working with something more neutral, I lean towards Fuji 3513. It gives me a nice clean vibe. Each stock has its own personality. It's kind of like picking a preset, but way more complex. Next, we have push-pull processing. This affects exposure and contrast curves to emulate how film would behave if it was under or overdeveloped. If your footage is super flat, this brings back that punch. Now we have the grain engine. This is one of my favorite parts of Dehancer. It doesn't just slap grain on top of it, it generates a real time and responses differently to shadows and highlights. You can go fully gritty for a documentary look, or keep it subtle for a high-end commercial vibe. We also have halation and bloom. Halation adds that red glow around highlights, something you'll see in real Kodak footage. It gives your highlights that soft, organic feel. Bloom softens and spreads your bright spots. Especially nice for golden hour, backlights, or even dreamier scenes. Can't forget film breath and gate weave. These simulate those tiny imperfections that make film feel alive. The little jitter, the movements, you don't need a lot, just enough to add texture and soul. Now let me show you some side-by-side test footage. Here's a clip without Dehancer, and here it is with Dehancer. Do you see how it adds softness, richness, and depth without overcooking that image? I usually apply Dehancer after I adjust white balance and exposure. Think of it as a seasoning after cooking. You've got the dish, but now you make it a little bit special. So who is this for? If you shoot weddings, short films, or cinematic content, and you love the emotional nostalgic look, this is for you. And if you're doing corporate work and need fast turnaround content, you might not need all the bells and whistles. And yes, there is an iOS app too. It lets you apply the same film stock to your iPhone photos. Here's a quick look. I tested it on some BTS photos from a wedding I did, and it honestly gave them a legit film vibe. Great for stories, IG posts, or even client sneak peeks. Now here are some quick pros and some cons. Let's start with the pros. It honestly looks beautiful. It's accurate in its film emulation. It has real-time grain and halation, and the flexibility and deep controls. And we can't leave out the cons. Here they are. It might be an overkill for quick edits. 1. 2. It can be a little bit heavy on your computer for your GPU. And 3, I think Premiere Pro's interface could be just a bit smoother. And so here are my final thoughts. So is Dehancer really worth it? For me, yeah. I don't use it for everything, but for wedding films, passion projects, or anything that needs that extra polish, it's a solid tool to have in your kit. Now, if you want to try it, don't forget, use code HeyLuis for 10% off. Links in the description. If you guys got any questions or you guys want to see how I use Dehancer in a full wedding film, drop a comment below. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. I've got more creative content and reviews coming your way. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.